Hey friends, happy Thursday. Hope you guys are having a great week. It's time to do another live video and talk a little bit about what I'm going to talk about today, which is a lie you may be telling yourself. And I didn't add in the title that this is one of those lies that is most definitely holding you back. So let's talk about this. If you are joining, say hello. If you are watching the replay, please say replay. Feel free to like and share, all that good stuff. Get this. Okay, so let's talk about this whole concept, right? And this is one of those things that, I found myself, this is one of the lies that I have told myself over the years. I found myself doing this really early on in building my business and really understanding, how mindset works and trying all the things. And the thing about this lie is that we believe it, right? We believe it, so we reinforce it. It becomes a belief, a truth, a thing that is going on in our mind, and we dismiss all of these other opportunities, strategies, ideas that might counteract with this lie, but we don't know that it's a lie, right? So let's just get to the lie and talk about it. What is that lie? It's kind of twofold, so it's sort of two in one, but it is simply that this thing, fill in the blank, this way, this process, this mindset thing, this whatever, doesn't get to work for me. It doesn't work for me. Meaning, I've tried it. And the second part to that lie is I've tried it all. I've done it all. I've tried everything, right? So the lie is basically, I know it doesn't work because I've tried everything. I know I don't get to have and do those things that I want to do in my life because I've tried everything and they don't work. They don't work for me. And I'll be honest, when I first started, this business, there is a specific way that a lot of the people that I was in contact with, colleagues, people I was in Facebook groups with, they were running their businesses in a very particular way. And I was following suit. I didn't know anything about business, so I was doing things. I was replicating what they were doing, and it wasn't working for me. And so I found myself saying, it doesn't get to work for me. Maybe business, maybe coaching, maybe writing, maybe all the things I'm doing now just doesn't get to work for me. Maybe that's not my thing. And the thing I had to realize was that it was simply a lie, right? This justification, this conclusion that I reached about this method that I was trying was, it doesn't get to work for me, right? And I believed it for a very long time. Like, I'm doing all the things. I'm doing what everyone else is doing. I'm following suit for all the successful people out there, and it's not working for me. And the problem with that belief, aside from the fact that we believe it, is that we reinforce it. You can't have something work for you if you're convinced that it's not going to work. I'm going to say that again. The method that you're trying, the thing that you're doing, can't work for you if you believe that it doesn't get to work for you. So all of the things that you're doing, all of the methods that you're trying, all of these things that you've kind of lumped into this thing that says, that doesn't get to work for me. It doesn't work for me. Getting up early doesn't work for me, right? And I'll talk about the nuance of what this means. But the things that we're saying, right? Mindset doesn't work for me. I have heard that countless times. Mindset work doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. I've tried it. And that's the secondary piece. I've tried everything and it doesn't get to work for me. But the problem isn't necessarily that thing. The problem is that you believe that thing or your outcome that you're reaching for, whether it's more money, health, love, a new career, is that you believe that thing doesn't get to work, that you don't get to eventually get to the thing that you want, that you don't believe that you can have, and do the things that you want in this life. You're convinced marriage doesn't get to work. You're convinced love just isn't for you. You believe that you have tried every method of weight loss or changing your health or reinforcing and expanding your business, and it doesn't work. But the truth of the matter is you haven't tried everything, and it's the thought, it's the belief that you are holding that says that thing doesn't get to work out for me, that's holding you back. It's a lie, right? It's a lie, but it's a lie that we believe. It's a lie that we reinforce. It's a lie that we prove to ourselves. When we believe that life has to be hard and that love has to be hard and that everything is an uphill battle and that things don't work out for us, we reinforce that because that's a belief. And in that same breath, if you believe that things get to work out for you, then you will find that things get to work out for you because it's based in what you believe, right? So I will often hear people come to me when I begin working with a client. Before I actually agree to work with anyone, they sign up for a consultation, they fill out this questionnaire, it walks them through a set of questions. And one of the questions is, why do you want to work with me? Right? And one of the things I hear or I see in that form is, because I've tried everything. Because I've tried all the other things and those things didn't work. And maybe that's true. They've tried a lot of things that didn't work. And mindset is maybe part of their missing link, right? Or I get on the phone with them and they're interested, they're intrigued into what coaching can do for them, into what this work can do for them. And then they start doubting themselves and they go, well, how do I know it's going to work? I'm a little worried that I won't be able to have the success that I want. I'm a little concerned that that's not going to work out because I've tried this and I've tried this and I've tried this and I've tried this. And the thing that we have to get out of is consistently telling the story that it doesn't get to work. I've been reading Marie Forleo's book, Everything is Figure Outable. And there's a part very early on in the book where she says, 2 things that you need to get over right now is the idea that you know it already and that it doesn't get to work for you. And it resonated so clearly and so strongly with me because I hear it all the time. You cannot disprove that lie if you really believe it. And so the reason I'm sharing it with you is because I want you to start thinking about what areas of your life have you been limiting yourself and asking yourself or telling yourself, this thing doesn't work. Coaching doesn't work. Business doesn't work. Health doesn't work. Writing doesn't work. Whatever it is. Number one, why are you telling yourself that? Is it because you've tried 1 or 2 things? Is it because you have tried all the things that are in your arsenal, like that you knew what to do, but you were afraid to kind of reach outside of your comfort zone? Because I guarantee you haven't tried everything. Last year I listened to a podcast. It was on the Hello 7 podcast with Rachel Rogers. And she was talking about this very thing, about the commitment to the outcome, to your goal, to your intention, and then the follow through, which is that moment where we're like, I'm doing all the things and it's just not working. Because how many times have you said that? A truer statement might be, I'm doing all that I know to do right now, and I'm willing to see things differently, or I'm willing to be open to another strategy, or I'm willing to be open to the next step, the next phase, right? So it's not that the methods you're doing or the things that you're doing aren't enough. It's the belief that you've tried it all. And here's the thing I want you to take away from this. It is my belief. It is my firm belief. It is a truth that I stand by. It is something that I work with my clients on day in and day out, that if you have a desire, a true desire of your heart to start your business, to get healthy, to have a great relationship, whatever it is, doesn't even matter, right? That you also have the potential to make it a reality. That we don't live in a world, in a universe where you have a desire, but you don't have access, or you don't, there's not an answer. We have problems, but we don't have solutions for them. We don't live in that kind of world. right? So maybe you can't see it. Maybe the things that you've been trying right now aren't quite working, right? But it doesn't mean that that answer is not out there. And so our job is not to put ourselves in this box and say, well, I know all that I know, because that's not true. There's so many new things to learn. And when I was sharing earlier in the video, when I was talking about my experience early on in business, I was literally replicating everything that I saw. I was doing all the things that everyone else was doing, not based out of inspiration or intuition. I wasn't doing it because I felt called to do it. I wasn't doing it because I felt like that was my next step. I wasn't doing it because I was inspired by it. I was thinking logically. I was going, yeah, if I want to have a successful business, that person has a successful business, so I'm just going to replicate what they're doing. What I later found out was that it wasn't that I was trying everything, it's that I wasn't listening to what my next thing was. I wasn't listening to my intuition. I wasn't listening to my way of getting to whatever that next step is, right? So when I work with clients, part of my job is to get through all of the mindset mumbo jumbo, to get through all that junk that is holding them back, all the lies that they have believed, right, that are holding them back, that are limiting them, and then to help them tap in and tune into their intuition, to trust their voice, to guide them into this relationship with their self, so that after our work is done, they can still move forward. They don't need me there to be the guide. They don't need me there to be the facilitator, because now they know how to recognize the feelings, the nudges, the intuitive, spark ideas that come up that are going to lead them to what it is that they need to do or what they feel called to do. So the thing I want you to understand is that, number one, there's no right or wrong way to get what you want, right? If you want to be a writer, there's not like one path to be a writer. There's an infinite number of ways you can get to what you want. And the thing that you're trying, it's not that that thing isn't working for you or that this desire that you have doesn't get to work for you. It is simply you haven't found your way yet. And the key is tuning in so that you can understand and recognize what's the next step. So when I start working with clients, like I said, they schedule a consultation with me, they have a questionnaire, we go through that whole thing. But in that conversation, I am sort of guiding them to trust themselves. Is this something you feel called to do? I'm not here to sell you on it. I'm not here to convince you of it. I'm not here to be the greatest salesman in the world. I'm here to help you listen to you. And if you are guided to this work, if you're guided to be on my email list, if you're guided to book a consultation and look at my website and, look at YouTube or whatever, then do that. That's the beginning. Because I promise these things work. Mindset stuff works, period. Right? Mindset works. And even if you've tried it, maybe you haven't tried it in a particular way. Maybe there's a different sort of angle of it that is going to speak to you in a different way, that's going to be more, influential and easier for you to move through. But the thing you have to get over is this idea that things don't get to work out. I've tried everything and it just doesn't get to work for me, because that, my friends, is simply a lie. And it is only true if you believe it. And if you believe it, you're going to see evidence for it. So, Mindset 101 is we have to change that story. So what do you want to be true? Do you want to be stuck in that limited box where you're sitting and you're saying, nothing gets to work for me? I don't get to be, have, and do those things. That's not the life I get to live. Or do you prefer to be open to the possibilities, to the way, to your intuition, to the person, the book, the program, whatever it is, that's going to get you to the other side? Because the moment you open yourself up and you say, okay, I've tried a lot of things and I haven't found it yet, or you simply tell yourself that things do get to work out for me. One of my favorite mantras is things are always working out for me, period. There is no question. Things are always working out for me, especially when it seems like they aren't. Okay? So I want you to think along those lines, and I want you to change that story, and I want to invite you to listen to your intuition and ask yourself, what do you feel called to do next? Don't question it. Don't, overthink it. Don't overanalyze it. What do you feel called to do next? And follow that nudge. Things do get to work out for you. The desires of your heart are there for a reason. The things that you want in this life, you also have the potential to create, to manifest, to call in. I promise. But you have to change that story that things don't get to work out for you, or that this way doesn't work, or that thing that so-and-so, like the whole, water thing doesn't work for me. Like that doesn't even make sense, right? So I want you to start playing around with what areas of your life are you limiting yourself by that thought that says, that doesn't work for me. And start changing the story. Things do get to work out for you. Maybe you just haven't found all the ways yet. Okay? So that is my message for you today. I hope it's helpful. I'd love to hear your comments. Feel free to post them below this video wherever you are watching. I'm going to go ahead and if you want to join my email list, if you're not a participant on my email list and you want to join and get a free gift, I will post the sign up link for that below. And then if you're interested in, you feel the call, you feel the nudge, you're interested in working together and exploring what that looks like, then I will also post the link to my consultation. It's a free consultation, walk you through a questionnaire to see if we are a good fit to work together. So if you have not watched this whole video, I encourage you to go back and watch the replay. Feel free to like, share, comment below, and let me know if you have any questions, okay? If you haven't watched this, make sure you go back and watch the replay. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful Thursday and a great weekend, and I will be back on Monday with another Mindset Monday Live, okay? So I'll see you then. Bye.